This is Eagle Al, and let's get straight into it, man. Howie Roseman making his rounds. You know, he talking to the media about everything that's going on, about the questions we have, the big questions, and he spoke on Jalen Hurts. You know, we hear everything that's going on with Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow about to possibly get a historic deal. So we like, yo, what's going on with our quarterback? What's going on with Jalen Hurts? Howie Roseman said it plain and simple, like, why wouldn't I pay my guy? Like, on this last year of his deal, he's going to get his money. He's a priority. Like, we're going to prioritize him getting his money. It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. So, I know I've been hearing other stuff. Like, maybe we're going to the season and pay him. Like, what if he's bad? Salute to my guy, dang, I don't forget his name. He just wrote in my comments. I'm sorry. Ethan, I almost forgot your name. You know, he said, like, you know, maybe we wait till the season, but I doubt it. You really don't want to do that with a quarterback. You know, quarterbacks are different. Let me say that. Quarterbacks and wide receivers are different. So, and especially a quarterback. You don't want to hold them because then it shows like you really don't believe in them. But I think it's going to come up soon. It's one of those things like I'm not really tripping about because there have been really, really good reports. You see how Lamar Jackson thing from the start have been bad reports. They had $100 million difference in Lamar Jackson deal. But the talks are very well with the agent and Howie Roseman, Jalen Hurts. So the deal is going to happen really soon. It's best sooner rather than later, so us Eagles fans, we can know what we're working with. But Howie Roseman said it plain and simple, like, yeah, we're going to prioritize him. He's going to get his money. Like, it's going to happen. He's the franchise guy. Jeffrey Lurie said it even before the Super Bowl. Like, he got nothing else to prove. Like, he's the guy. He got us here. He's the guy, even though we lost the Super Bowl, but he's the guy. He will get paid. And can't wait to see it, how hard they hit against the cap. Can we get other players and things like that. So, safe to say Jalen Hurts is going to get the bag. Speaking of getting bags and fumbling bags, let's talk about Howie Roseman spoke on Gardner-Johnson. I won't be surprised after I make this video, and if I make this video and he sent out a tweet of Gardner-Johnson, I'll be all over it. But everybody like, yo, what happened with Gardner-Johnson? Like, he was basically priority too. Like, what happened, man? He's young. He was a hybrid safety. He had 6 picks. He was playing at an all-time high. Like, how we let him go? Howie's like, look, tried to negotiate with him. We had a deal on the table. And at some point, the resources ran out. Like, he was wishy-washy. His agency was wishy-washy. Howie Roseman offered him something initially. I'm here, it was $12 million during the season, $12 million per year. He like, nah, not that. So he tested the market. And then that other deal came out, like 3.5. Then we were backloaded, gave you the rest. I think it was like 24 mil, but it was 3.5. My math is right, like 7.5 the last. So it was something like that. And he like, nah. Tested the market. Other safeties getting signed. So when Jesse Bates got signed to the Atlanta Falcons, like, whoa. But after that, rest was 6.5, 7.5. I think the highest was 7.5. Didn't see no other safety get above 8. Definitely no other safety get 10. So Gardner-Johnson came back to the Eagles like, look, Lions giving me this, the 6.5 for a $1 million deal. Can you match it? Nah, we signed back Slay. We signed back James Bradbury. Like, we brought back Fletcher Cox. Like, we brought all these pieces back. He also spoke on bringing back Fletcher Cox, too. And I'll touch on it briefly. He's like, well, Fletcher Cox had like 7.5 sacks. Like, no D tackles really had those numbers. He don't get to hate about Fletcher Cox. But get back to Gardner-Johnson. He's like, nah, we spent the bread. The resources done. That's when all the disrespect is real, all this Twitter rant and junk he started coming out with. And then reports came out he signed with the Lions. Because that's all he could really take. It was 6.5. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. So CJ Gardner-Johnson fumbled the bag because if he took that deal during the season, being greedy, think he's going to get more, like a Hassan, I said like a Hassan, like a Hargrave, because what Hargrave did, we couldn't afford him. And when Payne got signed, he ended up getting a little more, but Hargrave was playing at an all-time high level. And D tackles get bread. Sorry to say, safeties don't really get paid. We talking about Poyer from the Bills got like 6.5, 7. It just took it. Safeties don't get paid like that. It is what it is. So now he got to prove himself. I was like, maybe after that year, the Eagles would consider taking him back, but the rants and stuff, maybe business is business. Maybe we'll forgive him if he come back. But the rants and all the goofiness on social media was goofy. So, Howie Roseman spoke on that. Like I said, basically, resources ran out. Come pay him. We already got our guys back. It is what it is. I know a lot of you guys are getting sick of me talking about CJ Gardner-Johnson, but news is news, man. That's all I can report on. I report on Eagles news. My name is Eagle Owl now. Eagles news. CJ Gardner-Johnson is a part of it still. But what do you think and how do you feel, man, about Jalen Hurts getting his bag soon? CJ Gardner-Johnson fumbling the bag. But this is Eagle Owl. I'm up.